I'm Chris Dobbs, and today we're going to have a shootout. Pew, 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 pew. Between the Martin CEO7, best new Martin model since the D35, pew, 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 and the Martin 0018 Reimagined. Timeless design, pew, pew, pew. Alright, so what are we going to do for this shootout? We're just going to talk about the differences, we're going to play some examples, and then I'd really love to hear your thoughts on which guitar you prefer. So let's start with what's the same on these guitars. First off, both of them have mahogany back and sides and mahogany necks. Secondly, ebony fretboard, ebony bridges. They are both short scale guitars, which means that they are 24.9 inches from the nut to the saddle. One other factor that's the same on both of these is the string spacing at the nut. Both of them are 1.75 inches, 1 3/4 inches, a little bit wider than the older style 1 11/16, a little more comfortable for finger style, and I think not a big leap for flat picking or strumming. Gives your fingers a little more space. And the last feature that's the same on them, dot inlays are both old style 18 in abalone. The CEO7 is a new body shape designed by Chris Martin, the CEO of Martin, to be what if Martin in the 1930s had made something like a Gibson L00, a slope-shouldered 00 guitar. So this guitar is a 00 size, 14 fret, slightly sloped shoulder here up at the upper bow. 0018 is of course a 000 body or an OM body. These are 14 fret that are a little bit wider than the CEO7 and don't have a sloped shoulder. My personal preference, I would take the CEO here. It's a little more comfortable when you're sitting on the couch and playing, and it doesn't really result in any kind of volume difference in my experience. Next up, on the sound side, Adirondack spruce top on the CEO7. This is a pretty big upgrade in Martin's categories. In the 1930s and 40s, Martin were all using Adirondack, but as that supply started to dwindle, Sitka became the go-to source. So this is something you would pay for as an upgraded feature on a custom shop Martin, and it's included standard on the CEO7. 0018 has a Sitka spruce top. Fantastic top, but this is sort of the standard go-to top. But if I gotta pick, I'll take Adirondack, so point to the CEO7. The CEO7 has a straight line bridge. The 0018 has a modern belly bridge. I don't think this makes a huge difference in the tone. I kind of like the straight line aesthetic, so I'll give another point to the CEO7. Weight. My 0018 is 3 pounds 12 ounces. My CEO7 is 3 pounds 11 ounces. Now, you might think that I'm going to give the point here to the CEO7, and you would normally be right, but I've looked at a lot of different 000s, and if you look on Sweetwater, whenever they have multiples in stock, you will find that 3 pounds 12 ounces is pretty darn light for a 000. So, in this one instance, give it a point to my 0018. Alright, let's move on to feel. On CEO7, you have a Mod V neck. What that is a Martin interpretation of the 1930s neck, pared down a bit. Definitely not the same thing that you would get from the 30s, but it's got this fantastic feel to my hand. It's the same thing that you see on the Eric Clapton model. It's the same guitar that you see on any of the vintage Martins whenever you see a 28V or a 18V. The Mod V neck, one of my personal favorites. The 0018 has the low oval performing artist taper. That's the new taper. So this is from the Reimagined series when they switched the nut to 1.75. They also gave it the modern performing artist taper, which gives it a fantastic feel. Just doesn't give you that same V in your hand that the CEO7 does. I think the Mod V neck can be the stumbling block for many players on the CEO7. It's a big feel thing. But for me, I love the Mod V neck. So point the CEO7. Next up, the tuners. The CEO7 uses Golden Age Relic Nickel with Ivoroid buttons, open gear, beautiful looking tuners. The 0018 uses nickel open gear tuners from Grover. These are fantastic. These feel really, really good. Absolutely point to the 0018 on this one. My CEO7, and I've seen from a lot of other people, the tuners are a little bit sticky. Even with graphite in them, they're pretty sticky. These are exceptionally smooth, fantastic tuners. All right, string spacing. At the 12th fret, you have 2 1/8 inches on the 0018 and 2 1/4 inches on the CEO7. So you are, if my math is right, 1/8 inch wider on the CEO7. I award no points for this difference. Saddle spacing. On the 0018, we have 2 5/32, and on the CEO7, we have 2 5/16, for a difference of 5/32. I don't feel a huge difference between the two guitars. I'm giving this a push. All right, let's move on to the aesthetics. On the top of the 0018, you have a vintage toner, which gives it this beautiful aged yellow look. And on the CEO7, you have an autumn sunset burst. That's a pretty great burst. I'm giving the point to the CEO7. Binding. On the 0018, you have faux tortoise binding on the front and back. It looks black from a distance, but when you get up close to it, there are little bits of faux tortoiseshell red in it. And it's really an understated great look. On the CEO7, you have Grand Ivoroid binding, a more cream looking binding on the front and back. I'm going to give the point to the 0018 on this one. For me, as an understated workhorse guitar like these mahogany guitars are known for being, I really like the faux tortoise. Rosettes. On the 0018, you have an old style 18 multi-stripe. And on the CEO7, you have just a multi-stripe. Point to the 0018. More stripes is more stripes. Top inlay. The 0018 has multi-stripe inlay. And the CEO7 has black stripe, which you will be hard-pressed to find on the top because of the sunburst finish. It is there. And on the back as well, beautiful, subtle, fantastic touch. Point to the CEO7. But you just said more stripes is more stripes. Yes, I did. But it's my shootout. If you disagree, I want to hear about it. But please don't push the don't like button. Do a comment. Headplate. We've got rosewood with a script old style logo. And on the CEO7, we have ebony with an authentic 1933 logo. Point to the ebony. Black is beautiful. The 0018 comes in a 4-latch standard Martin case. The CEO7 comes in a 6-latch case with red velvet interior. Gotta give the point to the red velvet interior and the 6 latches. More latches is more latches. Final major comparison item, price. 0018, street price $2,500. Street price on the CEO7, $2,629. When it comes to price, the 0018 is cheaper, but the CEO7 has an Adirondack top and a sunburst finish. Now, if you just did that on a Martin custom shop model and added it onto the cost of a 0018, you're going to spend a lot more money for that. So, price, check mark to the 0018. Value, check mark to the CEO7. So the 000 is going to save you $130. The CEO7's got an Adirondack spruce top and a mod V neck. Along with that value principle, you're also talking about a hand-signed label by C.F. Martin IV and a somewhat limited run. Now, this guitar has been running for 5-6 years now. This guitar has been running since 1931. The used market for the CEO7 is definitely stronger because there are fewer of them and you have fewer options throughout the years. However, the 0018 Reimagined, I really think, is a fantastic redesign with the 1.75-inch nut and the vintage toner top and all the other appointments. The 000's got better tuners. The CEO7's got an autumn sunset finish. These are both fantastic guitars. You really can't go wrong. I think the biggest difference on them, honestly, is the neck feel. I think if you're a person who likes the Mod V neck, the CEO7 is a no-brainer. I think if you're a person who does not like the Mod V neck, the 0018 is an outstanding choice. So let's get to what really matters. How do they sound? Well, you've been checking out some examples throughout this video. I'm not going to weigh in on this one. I really want to know what you think. So in the comments below, let me know. Are you team CEO7? Are you team 0018? Who do you like? Who do you think's better? What moves you? What's your favorite? Thanks so much for watching this shootout. Hit like, hit subscribe, and please be safe and be well.